Well, here we are sitting beside the Shuswap River on a bright, sunny Tuesday afternoon, watching these fine fishermen fishing along the Shuswap here for these spring salmon. And well, they're jumping. They're around 40-50 pounds, some of these fish. There's a nice young lady standing over there now, just ready to catch one as soon as it gets on her hook there. Anyway, we're just enjoying the day, and we thought we'd come by here where it's real peaceful water and sing a song or two. And a song that comes to mind is this song called the Enderby Centennial song that I wrote for Enderby's 100th birthday, which is taking place this year in 2005. It actually started in March and carries on throughout the year. This song's called the Enderby Centennial Song. Up the Shuswap River, where the coho salmon run, we rode the Red Star paddle wheeler to where Enderby begun, where the cliffs of widespread grandeur reach upward to the sky, and the mountains in the background are a beauty to your eye. Brickyard and the flour mill brought jobs to build our town, and the railway with its rails of steel and an engine southern bound will log along the Maple Lake, Sugar Lake as well. Put our logs out on the lake and wait for spring to tell when we'll send them down the river to the mill at Enderby, where we'll saw them into lumber for a house for you and me. All the river is our lifeline with its water crystal clear, and the fish to fill our smokehouse keeps us fed throughout the year. And the farmers came and the ranchers came with their grain fields all aglow, their hay fields high and a bright blue sky and the sun to make it grow. Enderby, yes Enderby, our city for a century. Come and see the place we love, the little city with the cliffs above. Enderby, yes Enderby, our city that we love. Enderby, yes Enderby, the city we all love. Yeah, a song called Enderby Centennial Song. Down here by the Shuswap River, watching these people fish for spring salmon? You bet. Well, we should see if we've got something else down here in our repertoire, Bob. Here's a song that I wrote about a year ago called I Used to Be a Cowboy. Well, years ago, I was a cowboy. I used to help friends of ours with their cattle drives, and I spent about 30 years in the beef business as a meat cutter. I used to be a cowboy. I used to be a cowboy. I was in my teens, wore a big tall Stetson hat and wore them Levi jeans. I was long and lean from punching cows and working hard all day, riding hard in the dry hot sun, that's how I earned my pay. Come sundown, we'd call it quits after a long hard day. I'd hang up my saddle and spurs and give my horse some hay. I'd head up for the cook shack, wash off all that dust. Mom would have a home-cooked meal on that you sure could trust. I'd pull up a chair at my special spot and we'd wait for Mom to pray. She'd thank the Lord for food and for the hands that worked all day. She'd pray for all those little things that brought her lots of joy. Then she'd pray for that special guy she called her own cowboy. Well, it's Friday night and our work is done and I'm off to a rodeo. Travel for miles long after sun, heading to another show, hoping for a rank old bull or a saddle bronc to ride. Wanna win that silver buckle and not just hurt my pride. I'd head up for the cook shack and I'd wash off all that dust. Mom would have a home-cooked meal on that you sure can trust. I'd pull up the chair at my special spot and we'd wait for Mom to pray. Thank the Lord for food, for the hands that worked all day. She'd pray for all those little things that brought her lots of joy. Then she'd pray for that special guy she called her own cowboy. Well, it's Friday night and our work is done and I'm off to a rodeo. Travel for miles long after sun, heading for another show, hoping for a rank old bull or a saddle bronc to ride. I wanna win that silver buckle and not just hurt my pride. I wanna win that silver buckle and not just hurt my pride. Well, we haven't seen anybody land a salmon yet, but we're anticipating. I just saw one jump right out there in front of you, and it was a big one. Well, you just never know. We're going to get one here yet. I just got to sing a little more, I think. Well, here's a tune called Blue Kentucky Girl. You left me for the bright lights of the town. Our country boy set out to see the world. I remember when those neon lights shine down. That big old moon shines on your Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright it is shining in your heart. Oh, some morning when you wake up all alone, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. Now don't wait to bring treasures home to me. I need no diamond rings or fancy pearls. Just bring yourself, you're all I'll ever need. That's good enough for this blue Kentucky girl. I swear I love you by the moon above you. How bright it is shining in your heart. Some morning when you wake up all alone, just come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. Come on home to your blue Kentucky girl. Blue Kentucky girl. Well, just a little history of how I got started in the music business. I was about 17 years old at the time. Didn't have a job and moved to a little place called Cusp up on the Arrow Lakes. And a friend of mine and my folks' owned a grocery store. Well, I went in there and I said, his name was Bob Joy, by the way, and Bob Joy had boarded with my mom and dad back in the 30s during some mining times. So I said to Bob, you know, I'm looking for a job. And Bob said, well, I'm looking for a meat cutter. Well, I said, I'm not a meat cutter, but I'd sure give it a try. Well, Bob says, well, what else do you do? And I said, well, I play a little music and I can sing. And well, he says, the Rotary Club is having a minstrel show and we're looking for a bass singer in a barbershop quartet. So I said, well, I could probably do that. And he said, well, we're having a practice tonight at my place, so why don't you come by and try out? So I did. And he said, start work in the morning. And that was kind of the start of things. And I, at that time then, started my meat cutting career and also got involved in playing with orchestras. I started off with the K&R Orchestra that was in the cusp at that time. K for Knobloch and R for Renneberg. Oscar Knobloch played the fiddle and Betty Renneberg played the piano. And there was a few others with us, an accordion and a drummer and some guitar players. And I sang a bit and played guitar, and that's how I got started in the music business, and that was in 1959. Hank Thompson's always been one of my favorites in country music. He did a lot of the swing style, and a song that it stuck with me throughout the years is Blackboard of My Heart, and it goes something like this. When I was young and went to school, taught me how to write. Take a chalk and make a mark, hope it turns out right. Well, that's the way it is with love, and what you did to me, I wrote it so you know I'd be yours eternally. Now my tears have washed, I love you, from the blackboard of my heart. It's too late to clean the slate, make another start. I'm satisfied the way things are, although we're far apart. My tears have washed, I love you, from the blackboard of my heart. If you'd been true the way you should and not have gone astray, these teardrops wouldn't have fallen down, washed the words away. But if the chalk was able to talk and could write those words again, they would be for someone else and not the things it might have been. Now my tears are washed, I love you, from the blackboard of my heart. It's too late to clean the slate and make another start. I'm satisfied the way things are, although we're far apart. My tears have washed, I love you, from the blackboard of my heart. Yes, my tears have washed, I love you, from the blackboard of my heart. Yeah, an old Hank Thompson tune there, The Blackboard of My Heart, one of my favorites. Well, you know, Jimmy Rogers has always been a favorite of mine too, and they call him the Singing Brakeman. And a song that he made popular back in 1929 is still quite popular today as far as I'm concerned. And it's called Waiting for a Train. It goes something like this. All around the water tank, waiting for a train, 1,000 miles away from home, sleeping in the rain. I walked up to a brakeman to give him a line of talk. He said, if you've got money, I'll see that you don't walk. I haven't got a nickel, not a penny can I show. He said, get off, you railroad bum, and he slammed the boxcar door. He put me off in Texas, a place I surely love. Wide open spaces round me, the the moon and the stars above. Nobody seems to want me or lend a helping hand. I'm on my way from Frisco, going back to Alabama. My pocketbook is empty, my heart is filled with pain. I'm 1,000 miles away from home, just waiting for a train. Hey, oh, lady, oh, lady, hey, oh, lady. Jimmy Rogers, the singing brick, waiting for a train. Well, the other day a woman was trying hard to get the ketchup to come out of the jar. And during her struggle, the phone rang, so she asked her 4-year-old daughter to answer the phone. "It's the minister, Mommy," the child said to her mother. Then she added, "Mommy can't come to the phone and talk to you right now. She's hitting the bottle." Well, I should have my signature song on here, eh, Bob? Charlie Shoes. There's a song that Billy Walker made popular back in 1961. It's a tune called Charlie Shoes. I like to be in Charlie's shoes, it's what I've always said. 'Cause he had you and everything tied with golden thread. Charlie left and went away when I got the news. It wasn't long till I was walking round in Charlie's shoes. Now I'm wearing all the shoes Charlie wore, and I'm walking back and forth across the floor. All the troubles that drove him away I've got for company. These nights since Charlie's shoes are killing me. All the greener grass that turned my head so swiftly did turn brown. And every little dream I built she's always tearing down. I never knew that Charlie's shoes could have so many tacks of disappointing sorrow. I wish I had him back, 'cause I'm wearing all the shoes Charlie wore, and I'm walking back and forth across the floor. All the troubles that drove him away I've got for company. These nights since Charlie's shoes are killing me. These nights since Charlie's shoes are killing me. Charlie's Shoes, an old Billy Walker tune. Bob Nolan, a great cowboy country music writer, played with the Sons of the Pioneer. One of his songs are Riding Down the Canyon. Riding down the canyon to watch the sun go down. I picture that no artist ever could print. White-faced cattle lowing along the mountainside. I heard a coyote whining for its mate. Cactus plants are blooming, sagebrush everywhere. Granite spire
fires are standing all around. I tell you folks, it's heaven to be riding down the trail when that evening sun goes down. When evening chores are over at our ranch house on the plain, and all I've got to do is lay around, I'll saddle up my pony and go riding down the trail to watch that evening sun go down. Cactus plants are blooming, sagebrush everywhere, granite spires are standing all around. I tell you folks, it's heaven to be riding down the trail when that evening sun goes down. Cactus plants are blooming, sagebrush everywhere, granite spires are standing all around. I tell you folks, it's heaven to be riding down the trail when that evening sun goes down. I said when that evening sun goes down.
Now, doesn't that just remind you of riding along on your horse, just looking at the scenery, riding down the canyon? Another one of Bob Nolan's favorite tunes, one called Tumbling Tumbleweeds.
I'm a lonely cowboy, far away from home. Tumbleweeds around me sing their lonely song. Nights underneath the silvery moon, I ride along and sing this tune. See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find just where the trail will wind, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. I know when night is gone, a new world's born at dawn. I'll keep rolling along, deep in my heart is a song. Here on the range I belong, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Cares of the past are behind, nowhere to go but I'll find just where the trail will wind, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds. Drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweeds.
Tumbling Tumbleweeds, a Bob Nolan tune. A friend of mine named Lou Rogers was a great inspiration to me. A great musician and a songwriter. Lou played the banjo, the keyboard, the fiddle, the guitar, the steel, a great singer-songwriter. We've been out of touch for quite a few years, but if he's still alive, I give him a lot of credit. And if he's passed on, God bless his soul. A song that Lou Rogers wrote that I really like, Waltz through Venice.
Waltz through Venice with me, come share my dream, holding hands in the pale moonlight, drifting forever at sea. The music is playing and filling the night, there's romance in the air all around. Come and hold my hand, share my dream, and waltz to Venice with me. Waltz through Venice with me, come share my dream, holding hands in the pale moonlight, drifting forever at sea. My music is playing and filling the night, there's romance in the air all around. Come and hold my hand, share my dream, and waltz to Venice with me. Guitars are playing, they're singing their song as the moonlight halos your hair. There's magic and laughter, moonbeams and rapture, sprinkles stardust in your hair. The gondoliers singing a beautiful song as we go drifting along. Come and hold my hand, share my dream, and waltz to Venice with me. Waltz through Venice with me, come share my dream, holding hands in the pale moonlight, drifting forever at sea. My music is playing and filling the night, there's romance in the air all around. Come and hold my hand, share my dream, and waltz to Venice with me. Come and hold my hand, share my dream, and waltz to Venice with me.
Riding my thumb to Mexico. This is a Johnny Rodriguez tune, going out to all the Johnny Rodriguez fans.
This old highway seems so lonesome when you're going where you've been, and a lonesome song can make you cry time and time again. If I listened to a friend of mine 10 years ago today, I'd have a better job than what I've got today. But the billboards on the highway and the brake lights on the cars make me jump out on the highway with my bag and my guitar. If she comes or if she goes, doesn't matter anymore, 'cause I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Riding my thumb to Mexico. It don't matter where or how I go, I'm riding my thumb till I see her again. I'm riding my thumb to Mexico. Riding my thumb to Mexico. Oh, the reason why she left me's not the reason that I'm here. I'm a traveling